My mama always told me that I was gonna be a golden child. I'm just sorry it took a while. Think I needed time to try and figure out how we about to get it.
Yo. Hey man, what's good with y'all? What's good? I'm back, man. So we got to talk about something, and the West Coast, specifically California, needs to be studied, bro. And it all got started off, and also first, like, comment, and subscribe to your boy, because we pushing up, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. But yeah, no, Jay had gave me a comment, and it said, "I wish Biggie said that rappers going to LA don't mix." It then got me thinking of all these rappers who have died in California. And, as you do the research, it makes you start to wonder, is the problem with the rappers and not checking in? Is the problem with California in itself? Is it just when other rappers come to California? Is it just because of outsider thing? Or is it really just prevalent to the area? That's really what I was trying to figure out. And it was so crazy because we could go back as far as from Biggie and Pac is when it really all starts, is the Biggie and Pac situation. Both artists were taken out on the West Coast. The one thing we can say about with Pac, at least, Pac was taken out in Vegas. So the reason why I say with Pac being taken out in Vegas, we can't really associate that with California. Because I know they're going to say, oh, it's the West Coast. It's the West Coast. Going with the West Coast, predominantly a lot of these, is when we talk West Coast, we're really talking California. And I mean that respectfully to anybody on the West Coast. Like, when we say West Coast, we're not talking about Seattle, Washington on the West Coast. Like, whenever somebody says the West Coast, they're talking about predominantly California. So we're focusing on California is more why I said all that. And so now when we look at it, Biggie was killed in California. And then you even have other rappers that were killed in California, like a Nipsey Hussle. You have the PNB Rock situation. You have Pop Smoke. You have Quando Rondo's homie that got killed in California. You got Slim 400 killed in California. Tan the God killed in California. Money Sign Suede is his name. Money Sign Suede, I believe. He was killed in California. I believe I said PNB Rock killed in California. Seagram killed in California. Kid Cali killed in California. And even Kerr Riches killed in California. And now, some of these rappers that I have named, some of them are out of towners, and then some of them are people who are known to the area, such as, Money Sign Suede or Indian Red Boy and Nipsey Hussle. So we can take them, and I believe Kid Cali, I named Kid Cali, so Slim 400 too. We can name, and I believe Tan the God is from the Bay Area. So we're going to leave them for a separate category. So the ones that we're talking about are like the Pop Smokes, the PNBs, and the Biggies. Those ones. Those, and the Quando Rondo situation. So when we look at when they go in, Wack has said it in a Clubhouse interview, and he was saying how most of the times when bad things happen to these rappers is because they didn't check into the proper channels that they were supposed to check in with. And then it led me to my next point of thinking of, is the check-in really that necessary? But then Wack brought up another point, and he said, P. Diddy checks in. And it made me start to think of what is a check-in. So now I'm thinking I'm starting to, so certain check-ins, not gonna cap, certain check-ins is damn near extortion. That is certain check-ins. That is how some of them work. That is not all check-ins. Some check-ins are literally just what Wack was saying, tapping in with the people who are known in the area, because sometimes game can save your life. Like how Wack was saying, he said it for, we're using Pop Smoke now as the example. With Pop Smoke situation, they would have told Pop Smoke to never rent that Airbnb, because that's basically like you would want to be put up downtown in the hotel. Because with the Airbnb, that's a lot of access that you're giving to people to just come do something to you, versus with a hotel, you got to get through security, you got to get through the front desk, you got to do all these things. It's more deterrence from getting to you at the hotel versus of getting to you at the Airbnb. You saw with the Airbnb, you could just walk in the front door, no, or kick in the door, break a window, something. It's just not as safe at an Airbnb as it would have been at a hotel. But had Pop Smoke had checked in with the right people, they would have put him onto that game. And on that time, if anybody remembers at the time when Pop Smoke got killed in LA, and I'm not saying this to make it any better, but there were a lot of LA break-ins at that time. It's still a lot of LA break-ins, but at that time when Pop Smoke got killed and in the area where he was at, robberies were prevalent. Now, robbery, homicide, I'm not so sure, but robberies in that area, especially in California, were up and they were climbing. I forget which celebrity it is. I don't remember the exact celebrity. I just remember that it was a major celebrity and their house had just gotten robbed, and their house wasn't too far from where Pop Smoke was staying. So I'm more saying that to say that does Wack have what Wack said does hold a little bit of weight. It does. Because then when you look at artists like a Biggie and a Pop, when they look at Biggie, they always said that with Biggie, he should have never been down in LA with the beef that they knew that they had here in New York. And that's just no knock on Biggie. It's just he should have never been in LA. That's no knock. Then we look at even the Quando Rondo situation. When Quando Rondo was going through that thing, Quando Rondo was he saying he don't check in? I believe he was saying how he don't check in and he don't do this. Quando Rondo was the biggest crip. He was the biggest crip. Like, and that's good. He was the biggest crip. And you know what? It was, and then I believe it was his boy. I don't want to say the wrong name, but I believe it was his boy Pap that he got killed that day. And then Quando some speculate that it was meant for Quando. But for that to happen to him, even when he goes up there, it just shows, did he check in with the right people? And now, what is this pattern with the West Coast? The one thing I will say, this is one of my running theories about the West Coast, and for anybody who's from the West Coast, whether you're from the Bay Area, Atlanta, I said Atlanta, LA, Compton, whatever area of Cali you're in, I really want to know, like y'all, like for real, I really want to know y'all thoughts on this. So when I look at California, this is my theory. And then I'm even going to apply the PNB Rock situation. In California, I feel like it's way easier to get away with crime in California. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying it for example, I'm going to use PNB Rock situation, and I'm going to use the Pop Smoke situation. With the PNB Rock, he got killed in the restaurant, and there's no repercussions that's probably going to come from that, because they're talking about the son maybe getting off. There's a potential that the son probably is going to get off, the dad's going to get off, and so is the wife. All of them might get off for that murder in cold blood. Then you look at the Pop Smoke situation. One of the guys are already out, and another one's about to be, they said he should be getting out soon. The other ones, they're gonna come home off a murder charge. These dudes are coming home. So it's more to say, it seems like in California, it's easier to get away with crime. And then on top of that, this is the other thing. With California, they stand on business. I think that's the other thing. When it comes to, I'm just talking about in terms of not just not the out of towners, not just the out of towners, but I'm talking about in California, like in general, like not just with out of town. California got their own set of rules, bro. Like it's a dog eat dog for real in Cali. Like you really could get ate up and spit out paws. Like, no Diddy. Like, I'm just saying. And then on top of that, I know some of this is gangbang. Like, some of this is gang code, like gang shit. Like with the money sign sway, though. That's gang shit. The Tan the God situation, that's her with the whole, she said she was smoking on her dead ex and everything. And they got get back for that. I believe that somebody was arrested for that also. So I'm actually gonna be doing a Tan the God story also separate. So don't worry about that. That's actually a story I want to cover because they actually did say that they caught the person who killed her. Allegedly. Then the Nipsey Hussle situation, R.I.P. Nip, man. That just a bad, I say wrong place, wrong time, but still, California. It's in Cali. And it just starts to make you think, is it the West Coast and rappers, do they mix? To a degree, I think the West Coast and rappers do mix. I think that the problem comes in with that rappers aren't realizing that they are high value commodities. And I don't think, well, high value assets. Let me say that like that. High value assets. I don't think that some of these rappers are understanding just how powerful they are. And on top of them not understanding how powerful they are, they're going into these situations and just moving with blind faith. They need to stop doing that, and they need to check the boxes and their P's and Q's, because California is a dog-eat-dog place. And that's just as simple as that. They could say the West Coast in general, because it's the Wild Wild West. That's what I like to call it. It's the Wild Wild West. And regardless of whatever they want to feel about it, you need to be you need to check your dots whenever you need to check every box whenever you're going out to Cali. Yes, checking in is a necessary thing. When you're going to the West Coast, everybody should be checking in. If you're a rapper and you're of some status, you need to be checking it. It's just that simple. It seems like the blueprint is there. I just hope that people start to follow it. For real. But for real, like, what are y'all thoughts on this? Because when I look at California, I don't think that the rappers are so much I don't think that it's just Cali that's the issue. I think sometimes these rappers really need to understand who they are as people and understand where they're at. Because Cali's not caring about who they are. It don't matter if you're a rapper or not. Because even if you a high profile celebrity, you can still get the same work. They rob them, all them celebrities blind in California. Just saying. That is not new. That's nothing new. And then on top of that, just, you can get killed anywhere in the world. There's a lot of places where rappers do get smoked. I just think in California it's a lot more prevalent. But y'all can let me know y'all thoughts on this. What are y'all thoughts for real? Like, do y'all think that check-ins are necessary? Do y'all think that Cali is really just not it for rappers? Like, should rappers just stop going to California? Like, overall, if you're not going to check in, should you just not go? Other than that, man, let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section down below. But y'all already know it's your boy Icon Got You, aka the voice of the casual, aka Mr. Leather on Butt. And like I always tell y'all, man, please don't kill me. These are just my thoughts. And always be you and never be afraid to reinvent yourself. And until next time, y'all, I'm out.
Oh, Con, you the best.